This is it, Jennifer. Your big break in TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Silver Screen Scream Show. I'm your host, Kirby, and today we are going to be reviewing Until Dawn, released in 2025, directed by, well, I couldn't tell you, but I'll look it up here in a second. But we are joined by the sexy bitch, Jesse. Hey.
Hi, everyone. Oh my God, this is different for us because,
it only took us like 30 years to set this up. And of course, we didn't have a webcam for Jesse, and we couldn't find a way to get his phone to connect to his PC, so he can't use his microphone. So he's using headphones.
This is my life. Like
okay.
Every day, it was like everything we tried to do was going wrong. Everything.
Every little thing.
Every little thing.
It's gonna be okay. Oh, all right. Whatever.
Also, like nobody pay attention to what's behind me because I'm getting ready for the beach, and all my stuff is every which way. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, he had a bedpan laying beside him.
I didn't.
You totally did. I was like, what is his bedpan doing behind him? Why is he using a bedpan in general?
That was an organizer. Okay, that's what that was. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
Anyways.
But yes, today we are going to be reviewing Until Dawn. It was released this year, and it was directed by David Sandberg, which he has done quite a few things that I can't name off the top of my head, but we're going to pull some up here. He did the Shazam movie. He did Lights Out, which that's the movie I know him from. And then he did Annabelle Creation, which that one was actually a pretty good movie. I'm not like the biggest Annabelle fan, but that one was good.
Oh, I love Annabelle, but yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah.
I like Annabelle Creation. I don't think I've seen the third one. The Annabelle Comes Home or whatever.
Yeah, it's good. They're all good. I like all of them. They're really good.
Did you hear that Annabelle got missing, by the way, the real Annabelle?
Yeah, but I think that was like fake. And now, do you know she's coming to Kentucky?
Yeah,
she's coming to
Lexington. I don't know if I'm going to go now.
I was like, I don't think that's a great idea.
I don't know. Well, literally, like as soon as like she popped up in some other place, like a building burnt down and like 12 prisoners escaped.
It was a whole thing.
That bitch is on a rampage.
She really is. Why would
she's like, I've been locked up too damn long. It's time to cause some havoc.
Yeah, literally. Like, let's drive some people crazy.
Before we do the review, how have you been?
I've been great. I just finished my third year teaching. So we're on summer break now. I'm going to the beach day after tomorrow. And so literally my room is destroyed. Everything's destroyed because I'm packing. Life is crazy right now.
It's okay. That's gonna be fun. What beach are you all going to? Myrtle?
Outer Banks. I mean,
Outer Banks?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be hanging out with the Outer Banks gang? The what are they? The they are called. Have you not seen the Netflix show Outer Banks?
No.
There's Kooks, and Kooks are the rich bitches.
Oh.
And then there's the other ones. I forgot what they're called.
No, I haven't.
It's a good show.
I know. I've heard it is. No, they just wanted to try something different this year, and I was like, okay.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't even invite me.
I know. I'm the worst.
Disappointed. Well, I'm glad everything's been going good. I'm excited because the kids are off for summer break as well, and we just got done swimming. It's been fun, and then it started raining, so we had to leave.
Of course.
But it's all right. You know,
of course. I mean,
we do what we have to do.
Happy summer day. You know?
Yeah. But guys, we are reviewing Until Dawn. I've said this like 6 times, but now we are officially reviewing the movie. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the synopsis here. On IMDb, they usually do 1-sentence synopsis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This one is a paragraph.
Oh my God.
It's a pretty big deal.
Oh.
So.
Must be. Okay.
Actually, no. It is. I think it's short. Yep, never mind. It's a sentence. I was wrong. A group of friends trapped in a time loop where mysterious foes chase and kill them in gruesome ways must survive until dawn to escape it. Yeah, this is actually supposed to be a adaptation of the classic video game Until Dawn, published by Sony. And that's probably that's what I hate about this movie, because spoiler-free thoughts here before we break it down and spoil the shit out of it. I love the movie. It's fantastic, but it's not Until Dawn at all. There's only one character that is connected to the video game, and that is Dr. Hill. And I mean, the connective tissue between that is just so weird. And then there's a little Easter egg at the end that kind of makes it seem like this movie's a prequel.
Look, I want you to look right here. Right there. It says original is not always better.
Yeah. That's true.
I have a lot of opinions, but I'll wait.
I think if this movie wasn't like tied to the Until Dawn game, if they had an original title, I think this movie would be fantastic. But I think a lot of people went into it thinking that it's going to be connected to the game, and that's what ruins it, because obviously you've played Until Dawn. I've played Until Dawn. Yeah. It's a fantastic game.
Love that game. It's one of my favorite games to play. That's why I was so I was like, oh, I think it's going to be good. And then, we'll get into it. Don't worry. I'm holding myself together, because there's so much that I wrote down that's so wrong. And there's maybe one thing that I wrote down that is actually right.
See, you're looking at it from the lens of it from the game. You just hate the movie that much?
No.
Man, you need to see Fear Street Prom Queen, because that movie's trash.
Well, and that's so upsetting, because the trilogy that they came out with was so, I liked it. I love that trilogy.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I haven't seen that movie, but that's what everyone was saying, that it was just dog. It was terrible.
Terrible, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. And what me and Riley were saying about that movie is, if it wasn't tied to Fear Street, could it be a better movie? And yeah, in some ways I think it could, but it's tied down to Fear Street, that franchise, which kind of taints the whole franchise.
Right.
And this is similar to me. I think if it was named something different, people would like it more. Because, I mean, this is just a Groundhog Day movie. It's sort of like the Happy Death Day movie, where she keeps dying and reliving it all.
Well, there's a difference, though, because that movie was actually amazing. This movie wasn't. Gosh. That movie I actually would rewatch.
You wouldn't rewatch this?
No.
All right.
I actually said halfway through, I was like, oh, I could see myself rewatching this movie. By the end of it, I was like, I will never watch this movie again.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
It was more of not mad. I was a little mad, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But I was more just upset at the creators. I was just like, wow, that really was the best that you all thought you could do. And honestly, the production value on it, which, I mean, anyone can go online and look at, is pretty good for a slasher film.
Yeah.
Or if you slasher / fantasy type, whatever. But it's just what Barbarian, I'm almost certain, was made on a very lower budget than that, and was a fantastic, culturally significant film of horror. Meanwhile,
I get it.
You know what it reminds me of? It almost puts me in the mind of, this is a controversial topic, Resident Evil game, Resident Evil movies.
See, and
Resident
what's crazy,
Evil game, Resident Evil movies.
That is basically what it's like.
Yeah,
it's
really
they just kind of did their own thing with this and just called it Until Dawn, and that's where they messed up completely.
See, but that's the thing though. Just less than 10 years ago, when people coming out with original material for reboots or live action or taking things from video games, that was a thing that was in at the time. There's several movies that done that, and it worked. Original is not always good. It's just not. It's really not. People didn't play that game thinking, oh, I hope they make a movie that has nothing to do with this game. Like, that makes absolute zero sense.
And it's like they shouldn't have even made a movie to begin with, because those games are so much. Those are movies in itself. Like, you're playing a movie.
Yeah. Now, which we'll get into it, but there's other. I mean, there is some positive aspects to it, but there's not that many.
Well, let's go ahead and break it down here. So you have Clover, who is the main girl in this, and she is looking for her lost sister. And what is her sister's name? Megan? No, that was the other girl. Nina? Nope, that was the other girl. Melanie.
Yeah.
That was her younger sister. And her younger sister has been lost for quite some time, I think like a year or something. So they go to the last location they found her and end up at this weird house. And all kinds of crazy shit happen. As soon as the sun goes down, they start getting attacked by this slasher serial killer, which is the same type of killer from the Until Dawn game. And they wake up again and they're like, oh, what happened? I'm still alive. And then they realize, oh, we have a second chance. Let's try to do this again. And then they just keep dying and dying and dying. But they keep finding more clues on what's going on, which is, I'm glad they did that, because I mean, I know me and you have different opinions, but I like the groundhog aspect.
Well, no. You mean like the way they keep coming back?
Yeah.
No, that's what the game was. Like, that game was based on your own choices. So every time something would happen, you always could replay the game from the beginning, or the last checkpoint,
and have a different scenario.
And have a different scenario. So no, that was spot on. The different monsters like the Wendigo, or just the different little aspects that they added into that from the game, spot on. But then you have you have things.
That's the basic premise of the movie. So
where should we begin?
Let
me start.
Let's talk. Yeah, tell me what you like about the movie.
Let me start. Oh no, I think we should start on the other.
Okay. Tell me what you hate about the movie.
Here's what I hate. You have this main character named Clover. First of all, where the fuck is Hayden Panettiere? Where is Hayden Panettiere?
Oh. Is she sitting in your bedpan? No.
Here's the thing. Sorry, I have like pimple patches on my face. Here's the thing. If she was overbooked and she had other projects, okay, sure. That's understandable. But that does not, going back to the whole, why would you create an original storyline? The storyline that originally is in that game, I literally played that game. JR sat right next to me, watched the whole thing like it was a full movie, right? We never stopped. I didn't start over. We went through the whole thing. Loved it. Loved all the characters. Thought it was a cool story. First of all, where are the twins?
Yeah.
Where are the 6 other people that are also involved? Why are there only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Well,
5?
see, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't have called it Until Dawn.
Why?
It shouldn't have been called Until Dawn because it's not Until Dawn.
Okay, so we got number 1. We got where the hell's Hayden Panettiere? Then we got number 2. Why? Just adding more to the fact that this should not have been original. Here's the biggest thing. Here's what sent me over the edge. I was fine, Chris. I was like, you know what? Not going to probably rewatch this. It's just not it. The very insane. They decided to throw in an Easter egg showing what the movie should have been.
I know. I don't know where they were going with that.
And I think that, you know what I think they were doing? They were doing that was going to be the sequel, which is the real game itself that we know. That's what it was. And then this was going to be what? A setup for like a prequel? I literally put on here, sequel? I think not.
Well, the thing is,
no.
How could they do a sequel? Because like I said, the only character that is in the game that's in this movie is Dr. Hill. And Dr. Hill got blown the fuck up.
Dr. Hill let me just put it to you this way. The writing on this movie was terrible. I'm sorry, it just was.
See, I don't necessarily agree that it was terrible.
Like with I'm talking like in specific with Dr. Hill.
Well,
like,
the thing is, they didn't explain like how he managed to do this. He's a psychologist. What did he do? Did he find the Necronomicon to go, oh, I'm going to explore these people's psyches and create Wendigos?
Like that's what that like it didn't make any sense. Like none of that made sense. And like the whole and then there was certain moments that I felt was just like pieced together so sloppy. Like her going out into the woods to meet him. No, but everyone watching the movie's like it makes no sense because that's not it's just the whole thing. Like different scenarios was not it. And then I will say like the kills within the film not bad, not the I mean
the practical effects
were
great, but some of the kills weren't as interesting, which we'll talk about some of the kills because I only have 2 that are like maybe 3 that are more like iconic to the movie.
You know what the best
a lot of other ones are just basic.
The best thing about that entire movie, in all seriousness, was the Wendigo. You
think so?
Oh yeah,
mine.
Whoever done that, like whoever done the FX on that was amazing. That person should be hired for that. Whoever done the writing, hope to God that this is someone's first writing piece. Because if this is an experienced writer, I am actually genuinely oh my God, who was it?
Gary Dauberman, who did It Chapter 2. He did Annabelle Comes Home, Salem's Lot, The Nun. He is such a mixed bag when it comes to writing. Don't get me wrong. I love the It movies and I love Salem's Lot. But The Nun is terrible.
Oh.
I hate The Nun.
Oh, I love The Nun.
That's one of the first Nun movie is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
See, you know what I don't like? This is crazy. I don't like Salem's Lot. Like I don't like that at all.
Get off my show.
I know, right?
We're done here.
But here's the thing. Okay. Here's what I think it could have been. Because he is a good writer. Because I will give him that. He is. I was thinking this, but see, that's the bad thing. I was thinking this was some newbie that they just hired and was like, here, have your shot.
That's how it is with some of his movies that he writes. It just doesn't.
But here's the thing. I think that this was something that was probably, he wrote with a very short, limited time and probably just.
There's only so much. I mean, here's a thing that I think played a part in it. It's like, why would I write an Until Dawn movie when Until Dawn the game is a movie? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the game 10 times more than this movie. But they gave it some creative liberty to try to do something a little bit different, but I think the main thing is they wanted to play with the butterfly effect type gimmick.
But they still could have done that. Like they literally could have still done that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, yes, they could have still done that. But on top of that, they could have literally kept to what it should have been from the game and just added little bits and pieces of originality in there.
That's what most people do. I don't know I don't know why they decided this. I really don't.
And the fact that like the reviews are pretty, I think I've seen it was like 53% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was like average, which is crazy to me because I think people are such fans of the game. They were like, oh, you know, we love it anyways because of the name itself and the things that it added. For example, the hourglass or just little like throw-ins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean that it's supposed to be based off this game, but they didn't just base off the game, honey. They took it, they molded it into a new creation that walks side by side with their original. Like it is a whole other entity of itself.
There's just a lot of plot holes in this that doesn't.
A lot.
It just doesn't work because they made it seem like this was a prequel to the game. Well, like if they don't make a sequel, they could technically be like, well, this movie's a prequel to the game.
That has to be what it is because.
But there's no way that's possible,
right?
Because Dr. Hill died. Dr. Hill is dead. He got blown up. And you're telling me that Dr. Hill in the game is the reason why the whole thing happened in the game too? No. Because Dr. Hill was just kind of a doctor for the player to like read the player's thoughts. That was all there was to him. So I don't know, man.
No, but that's the thing too with this movie. Like that's the thing too. They could have even kept it just like it was supposed to be, add those sprinkles of originality to it, keep it just like that. Instead, they gave us the crap it was. And then at the very end, tease us with what the movie should have been to begin with, almost teasing like, oh, possibility of a sequel. However, the person that the entire the game itself, not the first game, the game itself is centered around that you don't know about, until much later. But still, you...
I don't know, man.
And the reviews, and that's the thing. The reviews were, they were mixed. I think that they were as high as they were because of the fan base. Maybe. I don't know. I
think so too.
But my own personal...
Which, granted, I think if someone went into the movie that hasn't played the game, they would probably like it because they don't know what the game's like, you know?
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Do you remember that really old game? Was it Dawn of the Dead? And like you watch the movie, right? And like it's all those people, but then you play the game and it's something completely...
Dead Rising?
Was that what it was?
Where you're in the mall?
Yes, and it was something completely different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Are you there?
It's crazy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It said trying to reconnect. Oh, well.
Oh, I didn't say anything on my end. I just showed you.
Okay.
That was weird.
Well, back to it. What were you just saying? You were talking about Dead Rising and Dawn of the Dead.
I feel like there was a game.
Like, they're not connected whatsoever.
Yeah, but wasn't there a game that was based off like a zombie movie and then it was like nothing like...
Dead Rising is based... Okay. It is almost 100% Dawn of the Dead, just with different characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But see, that I feel like works because it's not Dawn of the Dead, you know?
Right. That's true. But I was thinking there was a game that was just called Dawn of the Dead. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. It's just like you don't. Yeah. Like here's the thing. Do we want you to do what The Lion King did and make a live action film that is completely by the book, the same thing? No. Do we want you to make something from a video game and make it into your own entity? No. Just do what I said and literally make the same type of movie, add some originality, and boom.
Yeah.
You got a best hit. It's just like, I don't understand.
The movie is, as we've said, the movie is not like the game whatsoever. There's absolutely no similarity. There's no characters other than Dr. Hill. And the way the Wendigo thing is playing out in this, it's completely different. Everything about this movie is different than the game, which I haven't played the game in quite a while. It's been at least a year and a half or so. But I love that game so much. I can tell. I'm
going to have to take a moment to play that game again because I think I'm going to get mad playing it because how much of a disservice I feel like they've done to the game. Like, here's the thing. You don't understand, like, and you probably do understand. They could have made that yes, was the movie still successful? Absolutely. But imagine how much success and acclaim it could have received had it been done the way it needed to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, I'm so tired of people in the film industry thinking that they can just do what they think the people want, and then they're doing the exact opposite. It's like, that makes no sense.
That's like what I've been trying to say about these Resident Evil movies is like, if they could just make a Resident Evil movie that's like the games, then the fans would be happy and they would make a hit. I don't know what's up with these writers going, I can do better than the original writers. It's like, and that's not what we want you to do. If you somehow manage to do that, cool. But you were writing an adaptation of a successful video game. Stick to the source material.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I never understood that. And it's like, not everyone needs to share their own original idea. Like,
Yeah.
not everyone needs to do that. You can just do what you need to do and add a little bit of it in there and then just call it a day.
Yeah.
And everybody leaves happy. And what's crazier is like, now I will say another positive is the actors were good actors. The acting was very good.
Yeah, I
Like,
was actually getting ready to say, how do
any-
you feel about the characters within the story and the actors that portrayed them? Do you
Okay,
like these characters?
I do. I like that. The characters are very likable. The acting, it's with what they got to work with. They all did equally great on. The best friend, her name was longer hair goes to right here. Goes to right here. Dating
It
the
wasn't
psychologist
Megan.
major. Dating the psychologist. Yeah, it wasn't Megan. It was the other one. Nina. Was it Nina?
I think is her name.
Nia?
I had it just pulled up here. Nina.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the
Nina,
long-haired
okay.
girl.
So like she played in Hellraiser on Hulu. And she was great.
Oh yeah, I knew she
in
looked
that.
familiar.
She was great. And then Love Simon, which is not the psych major, it was the other character. What was his name? Not Abe, or was that his name?
Abe, was it Nina's boyfriend or the other guy?
No, it was the other guy. He
Max.
plays Max. He plays in he played in Annabelle. He played in not Annabelle. It was like Annabelle Creation, maybe.
Annabelle Comes Home.
Annabelle Comes Home. And he also played in the lead character in Love Simon on Hulu. I love that series.
You mean Love Victor?
Oh wait, not Love Simon. It was the spin-off series, Love Victor, yeah. So sorry, my bad. But yeah, I mean, and he was great. But again, and I just feel like, but the character development, aside from the main character, was crap. And
Yeah.
they tried to really give you that character development in the beginning, whenever they were outside that gas station and they were like all talking about how she's spiritual and the other one dates this one, and that one and everything. They tried. And then they just moved on and you never heard anything else. Like that was it.
Yeah.
That was the character development. It was very surface level for all of the supporting characters.
It
Not
was.
to mention,
there wasn't. I mean, other than Clover.
And you're going to give us one scene with her sister, one scene telling the backstory, like nothing else. Like that's what you're giving. And the transition from that scene, I cannot. The moment it started falling to pieces was the moment that it fast forwarded from like day 4
to like day
13. That was it. That's where
the way they showed, the way they explained it is they're like, oh, I recorded stuff, and then it just shows different clips of them dying. Which in one of those clips, that big tall guy in the red hallway, what happened to that thing? Because that thing was one of the scariest things in the movie.
Yeah, I will. That one was real. Okay, I will say the creatures. Like I said, whoever was in charge of the FX on this film did amazing.
Which that's a thing that the director really puts a lot of pride into. David Sandberg, he loves practical effects. So
yeah, no,
I went in knowing that at least there was going to be some good practical effects in here.
Yeah.
And that is one of the positives I have in here. Like the gore and everything looks amazing. Like them exploding from drinking the water. That's one of my favorite kills of the movie. It's so random and crazy.
It was very random, very crazy. I will say the really tall guy when they're driving away in the car and it was pouring the rain and they like see this big old massive thing. That was amazing. Loved the person in the hallway. The mass serial killer.
See, he looked a little bit like he was scary in the game. And that's weird because when I played the game, I was like, I almost wish they kept that killer in the game instead of went with Wendigos. But I like the Wendigos too. But seeing him on film was weird. Something about it just looked a little bit strange.
You know what I was going to say? I was going to say it was giving very Strangers. It was giving like just something, I don't know.
It has like he's almost like Jason. He is huge. Nothing really killed him. except
No.
for the sledgehammer at the very end, which was awesome.
Sure.
I love that scene.
Right.
But like they were
Right.
stabbing him, it didn't even budge him. Like he didn't budge. He just turned around, started killing the next one. So, which is all right. I mean, he was cool, but
He was
all the other
cool.
ones were better.
Yeah, and then aside from that though, I mean, I rated this movie very low. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Well,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I enjoyed the reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street more than I did this movie.
no,
I enjoyed. Wait,
No.
it gets worse. It gets worse. It
bad,
gets worse.
Jesse, bad.
Guess what? I enjoyed the reboot of Friday the 13th.
That is a good one.
This movie. That movie
That is one of my
trash.
favorite reboots.
Well, but it is. It's enjoyable. Like, I will rewatch that. Even though I don't agree with it and I totally ignore it in everything that I look at in life, I completely would watch that 100 times over than I would
You
watch this
prefer
one again.
the Nightmare on Elm Street remake more than the Friday the 13th remake?
Yeah. But that's only because they stuck to the original thought behind it all. Whereas in the
But they
Jason
have
film, they did
boobies
not.
in the remake of Friday the 13th.
Oh my God. I hate you.
Boobies.
No, honestly.
No,
like,
Jason
but
is
that's-
terrifying in that remake.
But that's just saying something though. Like, to prefer a film that was crap almost 20 years ago over a film that is even more crap, like in present day, is like ridiculous. Like, I
Yeah.
should not be having this discussion with you. Like, I don't even know.
Let
I
me
don't know.
list my little positives here.
Okay.
So, practical
Surely to God,
effects.
it can't be a long list.
The practical effects were
Yeah.
amazing. I think
Amazing.
they were some of the best practical effects we've seen
Yeah.
in recent movies. The only other person that I think did good practically in their films was Fede Alvarez in the latest Alien movie. But a lot of people just keep sticking to like CGI. And I'm glad there are some still people out there that prefer practical effects. It might be a little bit cheaper with CGI, but practical effects always looks better.
Yeah, it does.
The characters, given with what they had, I enjoy these characters. I think they were fun to watch. I enjoyed, even though they didn't have a lot of character development, I did care about these people. What's up?
Pause. Do you remember all the characters from Friday the 13th Part 5 or number 5?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I don't know their names off the top of my head, but I remember them.
But what do you remember?
What do you mean?
You don't really remember. Say you don't really remember.
No, I do remember, but what are you getting at?
My point is, I'm not going to remember these people.
Oh.
I'm not going to remember them.
You're telling
Like,
me you don't remember the guy
it's like-
eating the
it's like-
the chimichangas or whatever, and he's pooping?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, of course we'll remember that. I'm just saying, like, it's like a new batch of people, and I think, I don't think.
They're not as
don't-
memorable. I understand.
They're not
They're just
memorable,
not as
yeah.
memorable. There are a couple. No, you're right. I will not remember these characters compared to others, but
Yeah.
it's just one of them things. But I do like them in this movie. Like, I think they did a good job, but they're not gonna stick to my head. Like you were pointing out, they're not that memorable.
No.
My favorite kill was the explosion. I think that was incredible, and the way Clover used that to kill Dr. Hill was so brilliant. I loved every second of it, and I really liked how she killed her sister, because just before she ran into her sister at the end, she almost fell on that spike. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. You almost ruined your last chance because you
Yeah.
tripped and almost fell on a spike. And then she comes around and she's like, I don't have anything to defend myself against my sister. So she uses that spike, which I think was excellent. But this, those are the main things I like about it. Let's go ahead and go over some final thoughts.
Okay.
What are your final thoughts of the movie, and list your ranking or rating?
Okay. So even though I gave this movie complete and utter like just been so negative Nancy about it. And I will be, and I'll continue to be. I will look at this movie for the rest of time as like a letdown and something that could have been amazing and was not. And if someone genuinely is like, hey, I actually really enjoy that film, then that's going to question everything I think about you. But in all seriousness, it had its moments. It didn't live up to what I needed it to be. That's just my opinion. My rating out of 5, I gave it literally a 1.5.
Man.
And the 1.5 is solely, actually, I had it at a 2.5, and literally just talking about it with you has made me so, yeah, I got mad about it. So I'm literally, you know what? No, I'll give it a 2. And I'll give it a 2 because of the FX on it. The practical effects were amazing. That is the only, and the acting and the practical effects. That's the reason it gets a 2 out of, what are we doing? 5? Is it 5?
Out of 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 2 out of 5. It's like, you know what? This movie, this is so disappointing to say. Leatherface, the reboot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like, so here's this movie.
Which reboot?
I think we know which reboot.
Which one?
We know.
Because there's so many reboots and there's so many bad ones. Which one are you talking about?
The latest one. And
from Netflix?
Yeah, so here's it.
Why? Every single episode that I get on?
Here's this movie. Here's right here. Here it is.
Listen.
It's like almost here, but it's like right here.
That movie is going to be a fucking curse to me.
Why?
Ever since I reviewed it, that was episode 3 of the podcast. I did it with my friend Slater. Every single episode since then, that fucking movie has been brought up.
It's brought up. No, I can't help it. It's so bad. I hope that they think it's bad. Did they think it was bad too? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, that movie's fucking terrible.
It's trash. That is garbage pile. No, it's not even terrible, Chris. It's like, it's one of those movies that you don't even mention or talk about because like it's just, it's so bad.
We are 4 episodes ahead, I think. Hold on. This is going to be episode 6. So 3 episodes ahead, and we're still talking about it. It's left a mark. Like,
it's terrible, man. It's so terrible.
Yeah, it is. My final thoughts is the practical effects were amazing, and the characters were okay. But to call this Until Dawn is a complete slap in the face to the fans. I truly believe that. I really do. Because Until Dawn, the game, is one of the best games ever made. It is one of the best horror games ever.
I literally have wrote down right here, movie 2.0, game 10 out of 10. Actually, I would rate it higher. If anyone who watches this, listens to it, whatever, has not even played that, I highly recommend you to go play it because it's amazing.
I totally agree because the game is a game that I think about all the time since it came out in I think it came out in 2015. Either 2015 or 2016. I think it was 2015. So it's on its 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And I still think about it on a yearly basis. This movie I'm going to forget about. Now, with that being said,
what movie were we reviewing?
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
With that thing being said, because I think if this movie was not called Until Dawn, I think the reception of this would be better. So I gave it a better score. I really did. I gave it a 3.5 stars out of 5. And that is because I did enjoy some of the characters. I did enjoy the practical effects. And the story they were trying to tell was interesting, but not Until Dawn. I like the idea that this big catastrophe happened and the whole town got sunken in. I think that's cool. But that's not Until Dawn. That is not Until Dawn. And then at the very end, they're like, here you are. Here's the cabin. It's like, no. Why would you do that?
Let me put you all through this whole thing and then show you what just like a clip of what it was.
A little
it was
taste of what we love.
what it was, we wanted to begin with, and what you didn't give us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I mean, it's like, it's I gotta quit talking about this movie, because let me put it to you this way: if they do this shit with the Quarry, I'm telling you right now,
they better not make the Quarry. I got a ranking coming out soon. I got a ranking coming out soon, and I love the Quarry too. And I hope they don't make a movie of that.
No, like, I love the Quarry. I mean, more than I do this game. Like, I am more of a Quarry fan than this. But I am just saying, I will literally. I'm sorry. We'll have to go and protest. I'll have to write an email or a letter. I
completely agree. They should stay away from it. Stop it. These are already movies. We're playing movies. Do not make movies from movies.
Yeah, and if you do, just don't add too much originality.
Just make it good.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not, I don't know.
Well, let's do some, since we got this out of the way, let's do a little bit of catching up. What, have you been watching anything lately? Anything new?
Anything new? Okay, well, I finally got to watch Nosferatu, and
what'd you think?
I love that movie. It's
That's a great one.
It's beautiful. Like, it's actually a beautifully made out romantic horror film. I love it.
Oh yeah.
What else? Ooh, I watched a really good one. It was called Fall, and it's an independent film, and it has the girl who played in Halloween in 2018. She was the babysitter. It has her in it. It was pretty good too. And I feel like it's another one that I watched that you would have really liked too. I was going to tell you about it, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Yeah, aside from that, I mean, you know.
Nice.
If we're talking like movies and like things like that, I feel like there was something else, but I literally can't think of what it was. Anyways, but
Nosferatu is a good one though. I'm going to have to do an episode on that because I love it.
It's one of those movies though that is very like, you're either going to like it or you're just not going to like it. If you're, and it's
Robert Eggers has a style that you're either all in or you're all out.
You know what? Had Robert Eggers come up in here and done this, we wouldn't be here. I
feel like
he wouldn't have done this.
Quality. I don't think he would have done this.
It would not have been on par with what he wanted.
They would have been like, "Hey, Robert, do you want to make a movie adaptation of this game?" And he's like, "No, unless we set it in like the 1300s."
Yeah.
And
but I love him though. I love his
he's great.
style, everything. Aside from that though, I'm trying, as we're talking, I'm trying to think of that other movie that I watched that I wanted to tell you about, but it's not coming to me.
I have watched Thanksgiving for the first time.
Yes. Oh, how'd you like it?
Awesome. That movie's awesome, and I'm gonna save my thoughts because I'm gonna do a Thanksgiving episode like during Thanksgiving.
I will say this.
It is so much fun.
I will say this. That film, now that is an example of an original film that works. That works. You know? Yeah.
I'm going to have to save my thoughts for that. But yeah, it's a good one. It's a fun time. Now, I will say, just to get into it just a little bit, that Black Friday scene, there has never been a time I've seen Black Friday that crazy.
Okay.
Honestly, that is so bonkers.
It was crazy. You're absolutely right.
Crazy as hell. I was dying laughing. I was like, there's no way this would happen. But it was good. And then I finished The Last of Us Season 2.
I haven't even started finished 2.
Jesus Christ, man.
I haven't even started Season 2. Yeah, I don't know, because Season 1 like killed me. I mean, that was heartbreaking. Yeah. So I don't know.
You've not played the games, have you?
I haven't. I want to. I just haven't.
I can't wait to see, because they were, for the most part, they were pretty faithful to the sequel. But they did little changes to Ellie's character that they kind of turned her into a freaking moron, and that really made me mad.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, there's some parts in the show that are exactly like the game, and it is heartbreaking. So I'm excited for you to see that.
I'll have to.
You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry.
Listen, I can't. I just can't be having it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. All right, guys. Well, that was our review of Until Dawn. Let me know what you guys think of the movie down in the comments. As I said before, we are on YouTube and the podcasting apps. But Jesse, if people wanted to reach you, where would they find you? You're gonna get me banned for
no
producing explicit material on my show.
Stop. I didn't even do anything bad. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I would. Huh? Did I?
No, I was just acting stupid.
Like, did I? Okay, no. If you wanted to find me, I mean, you could find me anywhere. You can.
Kroger?
Yeah, Kroger.
At Kroger, Walmart.
I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Like, I'm on everything. It's like ImJesseAustin. That's the username for everything. If you want to find me, I don't have my link tree up yet, but I do have projects coming out. I have a documentary that I'm going to be coming out with this month. I have an audio drama that I'm putting together, and I already have people lined up for that, which I hope to get it out by Halloween. So there's things happening. I'm working on my children's book. I'm also
You're working on a children's book. That's new. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm about 12,000 words in, so we're almost there.
Nice. Heck
we're getting there, but
awesome.
yeah, I'm working on that. There's a bunch of little projects coming up, so you know. Yeah.
Well, guys, keep an eye on that. Follow his socials, because we did an audio drama, and then he did one by himself. That was a lot of fun too. I listened to it. It's a good time. You need to get those up online.
I will. Linktree is coming. Don't you worry. It's coming.
And if you guys want to reach me, my socials will be in the show notes. Consider joining Patreon for as low as $3. I have some trailer reactions coming out. Some of them that are not movie related, I'm going to have on the Patreon. Like, I have some video game reactions and stuff like that are going on there. But yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Leave a 5-star review on your podcasting app. Subscribe to the channel because I could use you. I could use your help. And until next time.